Greetings, everyone. We are here to respond to some questions. If you have questions, please write your questions now before we get to load shedding where I stay. I'm scheduled to go for load shedding in about 48 minutes or so. We'll be on load shedding. So by then, we'll be done. So please send your questions. I'm Mabuto Nicholas Mapena. Please like this video, circulate, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, Comrade Batsirai Maungawinize, for joining us and many others that are joining. We have a positive comment from Comrade Natalie. She says, payment paid online with all documents required. VFS staff were wonderful from security to last office. We were treated as humans. Thank you and stay humble. That was in Durban. So she writes from Durban. It's a positive comment that we are getting. And then Comrade Peace Kanyoga says, nice advising. My question is why pushing the waiver payments agenda when people are waiting for court judgment and the others are also asking for court judgment? We have said we do not know when the judgment is going to be delivered. Uh, so because we do not even know what the judgment would be, so we are working on the basis that the deadline is 30th of June 2023. This is what currently we have. So we must ensure that every person that wants to move to another visa, they submit their application before the deadline. If there are going to be changes, we are going to be notified and then we'll abide by those changes. But at the present moment, we need everyone to meet the deadline. And as we have said, Comrade Pisa Kanyoga, that it is not a forced matter. I know there are others that are actually preparing to relocate back to Zimbabwe who are no longer applying for to move to other visas. Thank you, Comrades Bonile Chumama Kolite, and the many others that have joined. Comrade Messi, Messi Chinongwenya writes, it's a comment. It says it's an advice. Listen carefully. Says when depositing, make sure you deposit in A32 account. Let me repeat: when depositing, make sure you deposit in A32 account, not A96. Most of the money was not showing. It is also very difficult to get it back. My husband deposited in A96 on the 28th of February. Until now, they are telling him Storen's Standard Bank and VFS, but it's showing in another VFS account. He was told to deposit another one as days were running out. So that's what Comrade Messi is advising. That she says there are two bank accounts, or you need to deposit under A32, not under A96. So I think those that are familiar or doing deposits, they will get this as a good advice so that you do not make mistake. Comrade Batsirai Maungauze says, if the waivers are not all processed after 30th of June, what will really happen? We do not know at this stage what is going to happen. We hope that the Department of Home Affairs will issue a statement as we get closer to advise on what is likely to happen, because we work on the basis that the deadline is on the 30th. But if people will not have received, then the Department of Home Affairs will have to advise. I would assume that maybe by mid-June, they will have communicated on what is likely to happen. And then Comrade Philip Chumas Golide says payment allocations are a problem which VFS will not solve. We are left vulnerable. I hope they are assisting you, Comrade Philip. Visit VFS office. They are going to assist you. Then Comrade Sponile Chuma says, what is going to happen to those who haven't submitted due to 9 reflecting of payments. We have said you go to the VFS office, Comrade Bonile Chuma, and inquire. Go straight to the inquiries. Take your proof of payment. We advise that you do a copy so that you leave the copy there. They are going to assist you. So that should not be a problem. Uh, I'm trying to skip some comments which have some insults. Some of us are good people. Even if we do not agree, we don't get engaged in the battle of insults. So, and then Comrade Robson Mukanza says, "Good day. Please help on appointment day. What documents one need to carry?" I don't have a list of documents in front of me that are required, but I think when you apply, you get a booking. There must be a form that will be sent to you in terms of the documents that are needed. So you have to check that list. It's actually a checklist. I'm sure is there. So they will send to you. So you will not know until you make a booking. Once you make a booking and you confirm, I'm sure then they send you a list of documents that they need. Comrade Batsirai again says, "Hi, Mr. Mapen. To those who got waivers and applied for general visas, do you have anyone who received general work visa?" I've seen a few that have received their visas. So far, I've seen others that have received, but at the moment, there are very few that have received. We hope that other people are going to be assisted as well. Evening, Comrades Toby, Sitobi Somoyo, thank you for joining. The comrade says, Comrade El Danyati says, "Please help. How can I get my refund?" You go to VFS inquiries. I think you complete a form. It takes about 30 days or so for them to refund you. And they take also a certain percentage, which they say is administrative. So say you have paid 1,550 and you want them to refund you. They will not refund you the whole money. They will take a certain percentage. This is why it's important that when you make your bookings, you are sure of what you are doing so that you do not make mistakes. Please get someone to assist you so that do not have problem. Then there's Spudamu Mampura. Sorry for pronouncing wrong the name, but it says, "Thanks for update. Ntungwa, can I ask Uvalwanin to apply for a waiver? We do not know, like I said in the previous video, is that make sure that by the deadline, your waiver and permit of visa application is in so that you do not have problems." Comrade Dom one says, "Hi, Mr. Mapena. Thank you very much for the infos you're giving us. Still waiting for emails." What email are you waiting for? Is it in respect to your payment reflecting or what? But if it's about the payment reflecting, we've already said you should visit VFS inquiries. They are going to assist you. But if it's another email, please clarify what email you are referring to. Comrade Abel Peli says, "Hello, Comrade Mapena, a friend of mine, John Jerry passport. I can't read the rest. As a bouquet first, what must she do now on submission?" I assume they need a passport when you submit. So I would imagine that you need to immediately apply. Your friend should apply for a new passport. You need to do a police affidavit. But you can also inquire at VFS, but I would imagine that because on submission they will need a valid passport and you have lost a passport. So you will need to get a new passport, which will cost you 120 US dollars. I don't know what is that is in rands because of the different exchange. And my advice again, I've always said that do not carry your original passport. Just make a copy of your passport. Go to the police station, they satisfy the copy, move around carrying a copy, put your passport under lock and key so that we avoid these issues. It's easy to lose a passport in a taxi. Personally, I like wearing jeans. So you can imagine if you are sitting in a taxi wearing a jean, it's easy to lose a passport and the other important documents for that matter. And there are people that are criminals. If they snatch your handbag, and all your documents are in there, then you have serious problems. So that's why it's important that in your handbag, put your copies of your passport and permit, not your original copies, so that if say you're at MTN or wherever, tax rank, that is to say, they snatch your bag, your handbag, at least you will have your original documents at home. Comrade Eji Tema says, Mr. Mabena, thank you very for all your understanding efforts. Please, if I want to go home, how do I start with the process of taking my cars and furniture back home? Please advise. The consulate and embassy, they've been doing a process I've not checked. Since the minister said is signing off waivers, we didn't really make a follow up in terms of how much ground did the Zimbabwean embassy cover in terms of assisting those that want to go back to Zimbabwe. So I guess our attention was then on assisting people to apply for waivers, but you can visit the Zimbabwe consulate or the embassy. They will be able to assist you, and I would think they will still be open to register you so that you can take back your property to Zimbabwe if you want to relocate to Zimbabwe. Comrade Abel Bailey, thanks for your comment. Comrade Rudolfina Chigori says, still waiting. I submitted early November. My boss applied for me without any problems, paid the 1,500 rands. We are now in May. Please go to VFS and provide them with the proof of application. They will be able to assist you. And those that, and I hope that you are talking of a waiver, and those that applied for critical skills. In last week, I think early this week or so, I did indicate that they said within 30 days, you will be starting to receive your visas. So, yeah, if you applied last year, like those that asked us to represent them, please keep on checking. Within 30 days, they should be sending out the outcome of your critical visa application. Let me close by this comment, which I was laughing when I read this comment. It's from Comrade Delisile. Comrade Delisile writes, morning, I'm helping a lot of people to apply and they get waivers. Can VFS employ me as an agent? So I laughed when I read what Comrade Delisile wrote. We actually appreciate that people out there are helping one another. There are those like myself who were born before computers who are doing a wonderful job in assisting people. You will know that other people do not have access to a computer. They only have their phones, and it becomes difficult to apply using a phone gadget. And other people do not have access to internet, that is Wi-Fi. They only have access to data, WhatsApp data. So it becomes difficult for them to apply. So we appreciate that people are assisting. I was closing, then Comrade Edge Mtema wrote, Mr. McBain, I heard the permits come out with the name of the company. If I want to resign from the current company to the next, how do I do this? I'm not sure. I am not sure because say you are work at Pick and Pay, and the permit is written, you work in Pick and Pay, say it's a 4-year permit, then in 2 years down the line, you go and work for Vodacom. When the immigration officials visit your workplace, they find you that you are supposed to be working at Pick and Pay, but you are at ESCOM. I mean, not ESCOM, but Vodacom, what will they say? That's something that we are not sure on what then happens. And also, your new employer, if you apply for a new job, but your permit is written the name of another company, will the employer agree to employ you? That much we do not have an answer to. So I can't really advise Comrade Archie Mtema on what will happen. Thanks, Comrade Rotfina Chikore. Thank you, comrades. I know I'm recording this. It's a Friday. Like I said, was scheduled to 17 past 5 p.m. Was scheduled to be load shedded at 6 p.m. Please enjoy your weekend. As I've already said, subscribe to this YouTube channel, circulate this video and like it. Please, goodbye.